Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So Secretary Azar and President Trump have been making a lot of promises about how drug prices are going to come down as a result of the blueprint that they released this month. And they've been boasting about how they're taking on the drug companies. But Americans haven't seen their drug prices come down. And when you scratch the surface on the president's tough talk, you find that the Trump plan lets Big Pharma keep jacking up prices and keep raking in profits. Part of the Trump blueprint involves changes to the 340B program, and that's the part that we're digging into today. Captain Pedley, you run the 340B program, and just so we're all on the same page, this is a federal program that requires drug companies to provide discounts on drugs purchased by eligible hospitals and clinics. Is that right?
That's correct.
Thank you. Now, the president's drug pricing blueprint suggests that the 340B program, a drug discount program, is causing high drug prices. The plan asks for input on whether the 340B program has, quote, caused cross-subsidization by increasing list prices applicable in the commercial sector. This is a bizarre question. Apparently, the argument is if that right now we're being too hard on the giant drug companies by forcing them to provide discounts to help kids with cancer get treatment. So we're asked to believe that these discounts, which total less than 2% of the entire U.S. drug market, leave drug companies with no choice except to raise their prices for everyone else so that they don't have to take a penny out of the billions of dollars in profits that they rake in every year. Captain Pedley, I'm trying to make sense of what the Trump blueprint is proposing here. If Congress were to reduce the number of discounts that the drug companies have to provide, does HRSA expect them to turn around and reduce prices for everyone else out of the goodness of their hearts?
HRSA's role is to implement the program according to the statute. We work closely with the department on all 340B policy matters, in addition to what is in the blueprint and the questions that were asked related to the 340B program, so that a more comprehensive look could be taken across the board for not only the 340B program, but all of the other measures that are part of that blueprint.
I'll take that as a no. Here's what it looks like to me. It looks like the administration is trying hard to dig up some excuse to let drug companies charge hospitals and clinics more for their drugs. And that is exactly the opposite of what President Trump promised when he was a candidate. It is also bad policy. And it's not the only way that this administration is trying to let Big Pharma off the hook. 8 years ago, Congress gave HRSA the authority to impose fines on drug companies that knowingly and intentionally overcharge healthcare providers in the 340B program. The rule that implements these fines was finalized in January of 2017. That's almost a year and a half ago. But as we've heard from the Inspector General at our last 340B meeting, HRSA still hasn't implemented it. Captain Pedley, HRSA has delayed this rule 5 separate times since 2017. Why won't this administration penalize drug companies that break the law by overcharging for their drugs?
HRSA does monitor manufacturer compliance, and when there is an overcharge, they're required to refund covered entities accordingly. The rule that you mentioned is specific to defining how to calculate that price and when the manufacturer knowingly and intentionally overcharges a covered entity. We're in the process of looking at the policies within that rule in the broader context of drug pricing. It's currently set to be effective July 1, 2019.
So you just keep delaying the rule that would do exactly what it is we're asking people to do. You know, I appreciate the work that everyone at HRSA does to implement the 340B program, but if the president is truly worried about the connection between high drug prices and the 340B program, he could forget his blueprint and simply implement the law that Congress wrote to make sure the drug companies don't cheat on their discounts. It's already available to us in the law. We don't have to change the program. Thank you.